Back then, bag in, Mac 10.
Do it in the
Out
streets.
the wagon, I walked in, swagging, saucing, flashing, flossing, dragging, dogging, ain't bragging, I've been bossing. Back then, they tried to offer, bag in when I park it, Mac 10 in my office. Bitch, nigga,
Swagging, flashing,
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
bragging. Back then, bag in, Mac 10.
Do it in the
out
streets.
the wagon, I walked in, swagging, saucing, flashing, flossing, dragging, dogging, ain't bragging, I've been bossing. Back then, they tried to offer, bag in when I park it, Mac 10 in my office. Bitch, niggas, they got me started. You let your clip spit, but not hit your target. Eyes went missing like a milk carton. Niggas don't bitch fist, how they be talking. Used to be a misfit, now he's an artist. Must be retarded.
Yo, what's the deal? What's the deal? How y'all
What
feeling?
up, though? What up, though?
Welcome to another edition of the Big Three Man Talk Podcast. I'm your boy R&B with my co-host, Mr. Thomas Croft, the man, TC from the D, Wordplay Reese. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Got a nice one tonight. Nice little discussion to talk about.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Look at this,
Hey.
he over here thirsty.
Now, got to get that in.
What?
Water, so important.
It is. You already know how I am with water. You know I'm a waterhead.
Oh yeah, look at him, got his bottle of water. TC, where your water at? We endorse some water right now.
Oh, I ain't got nothing. I don't need nothing to drink. At least not right now.
He says he stays hydrated already.
Oh, he
No,
stays
I
automatically.
wouldn't say all that now.
He's automatically hydrated. Hydro boy.
hydro condition.
Hydro boy.
That's
All
his
right,
new
so
name, hydro guy.
all right, so look, we gonna get into this show. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I wouldn't say this is a special show because it's really not. It's just a little pop hub. We gonna ask some questions and and answer them. You know what I'm saying? So basically, we're gonna ask Wordplay Reese some questions, and more likely he gonna ask some questions, and we gonna pretty much just he gonna explain it, basically explain the questions and go into further detail basically about true love. All right, and unconditional love and stuff like that. That's pretty much what we're gonna do right now. All right. So let's get into that first question. Share. Um, not now. I ain't talking to y'all too. I'm talking to the people out there watching. Share this live. Get other people to come in and watch. All right.
Yo,
All right,
y'all share too though. We share too.
Oh, I already did. All right, I did mine already. That's why I was
Sharing
doing
is
it before.
caring. Sharing is caring, my baby.
Welcome aboard too, by the way, to those two viewers. We appreciate y'all.
Definitely. We appreciate
Oh, you must be
anybody that
watching on
comes and
Instagram, huh?
shows love and checks out.
Welcome. So anybody coming in, like I said, we're gonna have some questions, and Wordplay Reese is gonna go more in depth on the questions. All right, about unconditional love, true love. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna go get this thing. We're gonna get through this, and we're gonna do the damn thing. You feel me? All right. So let's get to that first question.
My bad, I'm pulling in my bird. Just because it's not me.
All right, so the first question is
Bet, you
finding
got
love. Yeah, is finding love hard? That's the first question. So first, before Reese gets into that, I'm gonna ask y'all. Give us y'all thoughts. Do y'all think finding love is hard? Whether it be unconditional, true love, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Is finding love hard to you? So we're gonna take a second. We're gonna see what y'all what the comments what the commenters have to say, what y'all got to say, and y'all let us know.
What do y'all think though? Do y'all think final love is hard? I'd say yeah, in today's society. What do y'all think?
Yeah.
I definitely think it's harder. But I think it's what people make it, to be honest. I mean, it's only because people make it that way. So like the reason why I say that is like everyone looks for love, but they come into it with their guards up as an attempt to evade hurt. And that's understandable, right? It's completely understandable. But keep in mind that love can't thrive under the conditions of confinement. It just can't. So you gotta be open. You can't come into anything with like this predetermined, like, okay, this is gonna go this way, right? You must let the other person be exactly who they are. You can't control them. You can't tell them how you want. Yeah, you just can't control them. Man. Like you gotta be open and don't think about being hurt. Just don't. So that's all. I
All right, so
think
we do have comments now.
okay.
On Facebook, Tamika, she says it sure is hard. On Instagram, Sean says yes, especially today, and then she says, but you need to love yourself first. And yes, I do agree with that. You definitely need to love yourself, but you can't love yourself. It ain't no way in hell you're gonna be able to love anybody else. And that's just real. That's real shit. There's no way you're gonna love anybody else if you can't even love yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you don't love and care about yourself, there's no way you're gonna better love yourself. And to me, I feel like it's hard nowadays to find love because people don't even know what love is. We just gonna be
Right.
honest right now. They don't know what love is. You know what I'm saying? It's like they take the whole um ideal of love and kind of twist it because they don't. It's like it's not really love, it's lust. So you know how it is when you a kid, when you like, oh, I like her or I like him, whatever, and it's you know what I'm saying. Yeah, you may like them and stuff, you know what I'm saying, but then you be talking about some, oh, you love them, like it ain't love, it's lust, like because eventually you're gonna grow old to them and you're gonna end up liking them, loving somebody else because you're young.
Like eventually
So
you're gonna grow old.
hey, you gonna turn it out. So like I said, like it's more like nowadays it seems like love is more lust now. It's not necessarily love anymore. And and then people don't understand what love is. Like and it's understandable because a lot of us ain't never seen it. A lot of us never seen real true love. You know what I'm saying? They never really seen it. So if you ain't never seen it, of course how you gonna know? You know what I'm saying? But stop saying, "Oh, I love you," when you really don't, because you don't really know what love is. You know what I'm saying? You think love is getting beat on, getting treated unfairly. You know what I'm saying? Getting your happiness sucked away from you. You think that's love. That ain't love. You know what I'm saying? That's nowhere near what love is. To me, I don't know about y'all, but to me, love don't hurt. True love don't really hurt. You know what I'm saying? People hurt people, not love. It's just it's
It
way
can hurt
it's
at
how it's
times though.
used. It's how it's used. It's how it's used. It can be used to hurt, but it's not overall. It doesn't overall hurt. It can be used to hurt though. Just like how like they say, guns don't kill people. I mean, yeah, guns don't kill people. People kill people. It's the use of the gun by the person that will kill the person. So it's the use of love by an evil person that would make it hurt.
Don't blame the shooter. Don't blame the gun, blame the shooter. Don't blame love, blame the person. Like just to add on to what you're saying, I was gonna say it's the exact same thing. Like people can only love you to their understanding, to their level of understanding. So that's simply put, because some people, like you said, it start with you. So that's all I wanted to say. They just really can't love you if it's just to their level of understanding for real. So
I mean, yeah, like I said, like you said with the understanding thing, that we have to, because I was speaking about this earlier. We both have to be able to understand each other. Once we actually understand each other, that's where the real true love really begins. That's when you can truly understand and know if you truly love this person or not. Once you start understanding, because if there's a lot of stuff that you just don't understand about your partner, then y'all might want to start learning each other a lot more before you want to talk about I love you, I love you. No, you don't, because you don't even know me. And that's where a lot of these relationships nowadays fail because they don't even know people don't know each other. They don't know shit about each other. Not a damn thing. And a lot of them don't even care to try to know each other. They just want the relationships or the marriage for the title or for the money or for whatever bullshit is. You know what I'm saying?
Which is not real love.
Exactly. That's not real love. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers who actually truly love each other, they gonna be there for each other 100% through the good times and through the bad times. You know what I'm saying? If they run into any problems, they know how to fix it and they know how to fix
Together.
it together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna leave that other person to try to fix their mess on their own or fix y'all mess on their own. They gonna be right there with them, helping them, coming up with ways to fix that mess. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no perfect relationships. There is no perfect relationship. So of course y'all gonna go through some stuff, but y'all will be able to know how to handle it
Do
because
you
y'all
want
know each other.
you want to know the last thing that they say that, okay, I'm going to read out what love really is, right? The biblical version. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs, right? That's where a lot of people mess up at. Even me, I've been there. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. So that part is a big part. Perseverance. That's where people come up short because they come to you with, not to cut you off, but they come to you with these conditions. And that's due to the what we were talking about before. Well, I haven't got to that part yet, but yeah, that's due to the guard that they have up. Like all these conditions come from that guard. So it's like,
Or just plain ignorance.
exactly, you can't persevere. Like, I'm gonna give up on you because you're not perfect. The only way you should give up on a person that you claim and you swore to love is if that person is beating you or some type of threat to your life. But if this person is just existing and you're existing and you
Or
should,
it gives up on you.
yeah, yeah, of course, of course. But don't give up. Like we got so many people who's giving up because they don't want to be like their great grandmothers who they say were miserable. Like sometimes when you're in love, see people, like you said, people have the wrong idea of what love really is. See, they think it is fairy tale movie like thing, and it is, but it's not always like that. Love is taking those blows too. I'm not saying a person's coming wailing on you, beating your ass, but what I am saying is that you cannot go into a situation thinking that you're going to find someone who's perfect. And although people say they don't look at people like, oh, it's so many people that be like, oh, well, I don't look for a perfect person. But then again, you are because you will give up on a person the minute they stop stimulating you. Like it's only take a few months. You can string them along. And I'm not saying no one should string anyone along, but everything is conditions, which is where we were getting into, which is like go hand in hand with the unconditional love. And you know what? Where's unconditional love? Only mothers and children. Only mothers and children can give a parents to their children and children to their parents. But and God and us. That's like unconditional love, right? But beyond that, it's back to the drawing board of people leaving too soon because they think that love is they're supposed to always be happy. And if they're not happy, then it's like something must be wrong with the person. Sometimes it's you. Sometimes it's you because you looking and expecting for someone else to make you happy when it's you. Do you know how long Michelle Obama said she was unhappy? She said sometimes in marriage, if I'm not mistaken, they've been married for like 10 plus years, if I'm not mistaken. Exactly, longer than that.
Way long. Yeah.
She said that there are times you're gonna be 5, maybe 6 years unhappy, going unhappy. And you don't pack up and leave your partner or get a divorce. Listen, you have went to church under God and made an oath, basically. That's big. And you said, to death do us part. Those vows. But where have we gotten that lost? Like vows in church, and the moment you're not stimulated anymore, you're leaving or you're cheating. It's not cool. I can't build no empire with you, and that's fine. But don't waste people's time. Don't. And
The reason why people that lost those vows because those vows were never legit to begin with. You go through the Bible and did this for all of these so-called I'm a Christian and that's the only religion I like and understand and all that type of bullshit. Since y'all so Christian, you go through the Bible and you pull out those vows that those pastors recite when you get married, when you walk down the aisle on that wedding day, pull those vows out of the Bible for me. I want to see if you can find them because they're not there. They not there. I'm just saying. So
it's all
you
a
know what I'm
movie.
saying? What do you really, you know what I'm saying? What are you really
Fairy tale.
vowing to? What are you really saying when you recite that shit? That shit really means nothing.
True.
It really means nothing. You can't really be involved in something when you don't truly know what the fuck you involved in. You don't even know what it really means.
Because a lot of you Christians don't know that your church was like, what is it, Baptist or something like that, or Catholic? And if you know the true what happened with the Catholic churches and everything like that. But yeah, that's a story for a different day.
That's a
That's a story for a different day. I'm just all I'm pointing out is the fact that he had mentioned like getting married in the vows and stuff, and I'm like the vows that people be reciting ain't even really. That's not even. It's just some made up shit. At the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. Just some made up bullshit.
All right, so on Instagram, Sean said she commented, she says, yes, people don't know what love is or what it means to love. Love is choosing someone every day and accepting them for who they are while learning and growing together. Then she says, amen, you better preach that word. She's talking about you, Reese. And she said, you have to learn to humble yourself. Exactly. And then she said, people are selfish today.
Oh yeah.
And you're right. People are. There's a lot of selfish individuals. And that's another thing too, like for a reason why a lot of relationships and marriages fail because people are selfish. They only care about themselves. They don't understand that, a relationship in a marriage is teamwork. Y'all must work together as a team. But y'all must understand y'all roles within that team to be able
Everybody
to
can't be the
work.
star.
Yeah, to be able to work together team, y'all gotta understand y'all roles within that team and play y'all roles the right way, and then y'all will be able to work successfully as a team to accomplish whatever it is, what I'm saying, needs to be accomplished. Because think about it, y'all have success as a team and y'all fail as a team. There is no one person, what I'm saying, causing everything. Y'all fail and succeed as a team. So if a relationship fails, it's not just the other person's fault. You play a part in that same thing. So what did you do? You know what I'm saying? Yes, Sean, I agree with you. Let your man lead. But I'm saying, like, that's what I'm saying. It's parts. It's parts. It's roles. I mean, it's roles that both men and women are supposed to play in this teamwork, in this team. And like I said, like you can't. Yeah, go ahead.
My bad. Just to interject real quick on her comment, she's saying let your man lead. It kind of goes hand in hand on that simple ass little reel that we just shared on the page before we did this live, where my man was just basically saying, simply humble yourself to your husband. Just humble yourself.
Exactly.
That's it's not as hard as it seems. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. Back to you, my brother.
Oh,
I mean,
real
quick.
Can I
Go
just
ahead.
add something real quick? So basically, it's a runaway greenhouse effect, or I should say, it's a runaway ego. It's runaway ego. So, and that only happens when a person don't trust. When people are unaligned and out of tune with themselves, like they don't trust their divine self. They don't trust the divine. They don't trust their divine self. If that makes sense. So, like, sometimes you just got to be silent. And but go ahead, dog. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
I mean, you could have just went on here and finished. I mean, I was damn near basically done anyway. I ain't really had like I was just saying basically. I was just gonna repeat basically like that's where a lot of marriages and relationships fail because they're not working together as a team. They don't know how to play their role. You know what I'm saying? Like what Sean said in her comment, let the man lead. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? We are the leaders. The men are the leaders. We lead. But see, the thing about it is a lot of women get that twisted up. You know what I'm saying? And because they don't understand what it is when we say that the man is the leader, they don't truly understand what the man being a leader truly means. So how about we kind of just
I beg to differ. I beg to differ that they don't understand because it's not rocket science to understand what that shit means. I would say that they just not buying that shit. They don't want to buy into it.
yeah, I
And
was just about to say that. I was about to say that too.
sometimes for good reason. But also, you can't use that good reason with every scenario because, like, a lot of women will come from a situation where the man didn't lead properly. So now she wants to take that to every man that she deals with going forward.
That
Can't
too.
do that. You can't do that. I know you might have dealt with one that was fucked up, but every new dude that you deal with, that's a restart. It's a restart button. You cannot continue to take the same
True.
things out of a past relationship into a future relationship. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot do it.
Definitely
Just
can't.
compartmentalize it. Keep it in the back of your head to know what to look for in those signs of that red flag, so that if it does come about in the future, you know how to move. But do not wear that shit on your sleeve because it's gonna be you. It's gonna be bad. It's just gonna be bad from jump. You starting off wrong.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's why that is what I was saying as far as like you can't sit up here and like if you in a relationship as a woman, if you in a relationship with a man and you notice that he's not, you know, leading you properly, then
Mm.
why are you in a relationship with him? Go find a man that can lead. That doesn't mean, oh, well, hey, since this man don't know how to lead and this man don't know how to lead, they all don't know how to lead. So I need to go ahead and take over the leader role. No, that's not what that means. What it means is if he don't ain't doing what he's doing and you're letting him know that he's not leading you properly and he doesn't fix himself, then get somebody that know how to lead. You still play your part and your role as a female, as a woman. You know what I'm saying? They get overly what I'm saying, like hardcore about that female shit. But as a woman, as a woman, you do your thing. You play your part. You know what I'm saying? Still, you still be the woman that you are supposed to be. And you still humble yourself. You still, be submissive to the next man that you find. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, even if the next man you find don't know how to lead, okay, fuck it. I guess I
Hey,
need to find another one.
the book of Aaliyah says, if at first you don't succeed, you dust yourself off and try
Try again. Exactly.
again.
Dust yourself off and try
Because
again.
not every man doesn't know how to lead. There are a lot of men out here that don't know how to lead, and we understand that. But not every man is like that.
See,
So you find one that does.
when you go into a future relationship still carrying that old baggage of bad leadership, you tend to not even get a next man a chance to show that he knows how to lead.
And
And
that's
you
what love.
assume that he doesn't know how to lead, and he never gets to show it, and then it's just toxic from jump. You bumping heads.
Yeah, yeah. I was just about to say
And
y'all just start bumping heads.
I define that as confinement. It go back to having a guard up. That love can't thrive under confinement. That's all those conditions there. It's like, and I'm not, you know what? I can't bash you, but when we give you the information, when you have the information either from us or from someone, and it's up to you to use it and do something with it. Because I mean, do you have some people like, well, I'm just 21 or I'm just 22, I'm 25, I'm okay. I'm supposed to not know this. I'm supposed to be at this place here. I'm supposed to be fucked up.
No, no, you're not. That's what the world tell you.
The world.
Stop listening to what the fuck the world tells you. Because we
Exactly.
looking outside and we looking at the world and the way it's existing right now, and that shit ain't good. So
Yeah.
stop listening to that shit.
Also, Also with that, with the runaway greenhouse, the runaway ego. I keep thinking of greenhouse. With the runaway ego, it's like it's too much of it, right? So that when it's too much of that, it's like people has become less empathetic, right? There's no empathy. So it's little people that have there is less and lesser people who are more that show empathy. So you got
I
people.
think that's just today's society as a whole.
Yeah, but it come from also ego. It comes from ego that stems from that. Like people are more selfish, and it's okay to be selfish sometimes, but it's also okay to be selfless too. You got to find that balance. But you have people that are not nowhere near balance. Like it's okay if you struggle a little bit because you just got to make some tweaks. But when you are so left field and it's you don't want to do anything about it because you don't want to do the work, and when people tell you, you get because of ego, you're blinded. Love can come and knock on your front door, and you miss it. Love will be tapping you on your shoulder like, I just want to show you that I love you, or I want you to know that I love you, and I want you to grow better and get better. You would say, "Fuck you. I'm doing the best. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do." Be in your feelings because of ego. Ego blinds you from the message. It have you saying, fuck the shooter. No, fuck the gun and not the shooter. You pay too much attention to the messenger and not the message. Open up a little. And that's the only way you're going to find love and you're going to keep it. Because it ain't about just finding it. It's about keeping it. Yeah, we all can find it. It brush up against us here and there. And if you fuck it over, it'll come back around again. But how many more times you going to fuck it up? Or be a self-sabotage before you can open up and allow it to flow within. You got to first fix you. You feel me? You got to fix you. You got to go within and love. Learn to love. Learn what the real meaning of love is. Then go in yourself and practice silence. Don't stop talking all the time. Because that's where ego comes in at. When you get to explaining shit, telling people every damn thing, then ego comes in and you got to share it with the tribe. Then it got to make sense. Be in silence. I promise you. Meditate and work out and drink water. Look, a big gallon right here. You hear me? I don't know if y'all can see it. Okay. It's kind of washed out, but this episode is sponsored by
Water.
Water.
Just sponsored by water.
This shit ain't sponsored by nobody. The fuck out of here. Don't be saying that shit. And they ain't put no money in our pockets.
I'm fucking serious.
No, I know. I'm fucking with you. Man, so I say we take it to transition into this to the next question. Which question do you want to go to now?
All right, so the next question: does unconditional love exist within the dating field?
Fuck no. Maybe it's somewhere in the world, but I've never experienced it. And people that I've known and people that know them have never experienced it. And so I'm gonna go as far to say that no, it don't exist, not from what I know. The only way it exists is with like the love, unconditional love exists. God loves us unconditionally from what we know, right? And your mother loves you unconditionally, your father loves you unconditionally, and your child loves you unconditionally, vice versa, right? But outside of that, everything is conditions. It's like, it's conditions, especially in today's time. If you ain't got certain things, if you ain't got a mass number of this, and it's like, and even if it's not that, it's just conditions for real. That's where it ties in with the other thing I said, the confinement and everything. Everything is conditions. No conditions.
I don't know, man. I tend to think that I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think it's a such thing as unconditional love.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't believe in it. I don't think it's a such thing. I
Why
feel
you don't
like
think
all
so?
love comes with. I feel like all love comes with some type of condition. Whether it's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you have a innate ability as a child to automatically love your parent. But what if that relationship goes awry as you get older? What if you're abused? You know what I'm saying? What if you're molested, beaten, different things like that? that love can go away. You know what I'm saying? So basically, that love grows off of how they treat you as a parent. You get what I'm saying? And vice versa. What if you just a piece of shit of a child and just you know abusive to your parents, fighting them, you know what I'm saying? They gotta put you in boot camp, all types of shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Keep trying over and over with you. You don't think after a while that shit get tiring? You know what I'm saying? That they don't want to deal with that type of shit. But if you successful, if you go to school, you get good grades, you make them proud, you graduate and things like that. You know what I'm saying? The love comes. Same with relationships. When you dealing with somebody in a relationship and shit, like it's conditions to that shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have something. You gotta have things going for yourself. You gotta just, you know what I'm saying, show that you're a worthy individual. All of these things are conditions. Without any of these conditions, you will never get any love. You won't even get a care,
And that
especially in this society that we live in. That's at the end of the day. That's what I'm saying. I just kind of believe, like, I don't know. I just feel like it's no such thing as unconditional love. I feel like all love has some type of condition.
and to add
Not
what
to
you're
me.
saying, I hear you. So the unconditional love comes in like that's why I'm saying too, it's damn rare. However, that's the spirit aspect. Like unconditional love is down to the spirit form. I think God loves us unconditionally. I think when you like, for instance, forgiveness is a form of unconditional love. So it's like okay, forgiveness is the fragrance that the violence sheds on the heel that has crushed it. That's like powerful, right? So it's like you have to forgive for yourself, right? So it's like you showing the person unconditional love in a way. That's like the spirit side of it. I mean, every day we wake up, we pray and we thank God for waking us up to another day. And all the stuff you could have done, all the stuff you've done, he could have been wiped you out, could have took you away. Every moment is another chance to grow and become better. That's like the spirit form of like, he hasn't, or this supreme power hasn't given up on you. And I think we should operate more in that, on that level. We should, like it says, to be more in his image or be more like him. And what's keeping us from doing that is ego. When you stop, when the conditions are, is just ego. The ego is the body, it's the persona. It's not the spirit. So it's like where divine is trapped into ego temporarily. So yeah, the love, unconditional love don't exist when in the dating field. It don't. Because there's so much ego. And there's a, you know, even then, like, I don't, because you have to bring something to the table. You have to. Could you love a man that, to the people in the comment section, if there's women, or let me just say, could you love your partner still long after the fact? Like Ryan, like R&B said, love would diminish, right? It would like become less and less. It would become weaker over time of mistreatment, right? So with that being said, could you love your partner?
Not necessarily just mistreatment, though. That's just the example that I used.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So my question to y'all is, could you love your partner? How long could you love your partner? How long do you think you could love your partner and keep that same love up? Some you heard it.
I'm gonna go ahead and answer myself
Okay.
because I have a different take on that.
All right.
See, my thing is like this. As far as unconditional love, being in the dating field, no. But as far as unconditional love existing, period, yes. And the reason why I say unconditional love does exist, period, is because only God, just like Reese said, God and children have unconditional love. And the reason why I said only God and children have unconditional love is because,
I'm
of
gonna
course,
piggyback on that. Continue.
because of course, like what Reese is saying that God loves us unconditionally, and I feel that's true because He loves. To have unconditional love means you will love a person regardless of who they are, what they do, what type of person. I say like who they are and what they do. Your child, you will love your child regardless. Hey, look, you R&B, you said that what if they is a total shit bag and they don't listen, they just getting in trouble all the time, you know what I'm saying? Or let's speak on something bigger. You know what I'm saying? Since it's being normalized now, since
Mhm.
the LGBTQ is being normalized now, your son turns gay. All right. My thing is you're gonna love your child regardless because that is your child.
Not
It
gonna
doesn't make a difference what they do, what type of person they become, you know what I'm saying, what they do in life. You're gonna love them regardless because that's still your child. I mean, as far as dealing with them, no, you know what I'm saying. Of course, like depending on what they do, you might not want to deal with them like that. You know what I'm saying, for a personal, for your own personal reasons, but you're still gonna love them regardless. You're still gonna care about them. You're still gonna love them. You're just probably just gonna love them from a distance. And I mean, and if that's how you got to do it, that's how you got to do it. But you're still gonna love them regardless. You're gonna still have absolutely unconditional love for them regardless because that is your child and that's gonna be your child forever. You know what I'm saying? There's no way you can like, oh, it ain't. I'm just gonna let it ain't my child no more. You can't really say that. I mean, you can say that, but it's not true because you know what I'm saying, that's your child. So, and as far as like, as far as parents, you know, your child is gonna love you unconditionally too. Nobody does what you do to them. Like I said, it's the same way. They might love you from a distance because they probably might not want to deal with you more because you probably was abusive. You probably was, sexually harassed them or they just know that you just wasn't a good parent. But you know what I'm saying? So that would probably make them, love you from a distance or not really want to deal with you like that. But they still gonna love you regardless. They still gonna love and care about you. They just not really gonna like just mess with you like they probably not just gonna, what I'm saying, deal with you like that. You know what I'm saying? And as far as like in a relationship, there's no way you can love a person in a relationship unconditionally because oh, excuse me, because shit can change. Like you can change partners. You know what I'm saying? You can't change kids. You can make more kids, but you can't change them. The kids
Mhm.
can't change their parents. They can get another parent, you know what I'm saying, by getting adopted or something, but they can't change parents. You can change partners. So, you can say you can be in love with somebody and stuff like that, but if they doing something that harm you to the point where it's life threatening or they just plain and simply making you look stupid as hell, that love will end up going away. And that's the conditions right there to
It
your
turn
love
into
for
something
another
else.
person. Huh?
It'd transform it'd transfer into something else like hate or like
Yeah. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So that's where the conditional love comes from when it comes down to relationships. But unconditional love is to God and to well, from us to God, from God to us, and from us to our kids and our kids to us. That's where the unconditional love comes from. As far as relationship, no. There is no unconditional love existing in a relationship or a marriage. I mean, a marriage is a
So,
relationship. So yes, in a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
okay. So I wanna piggyback on a couple of the things that you said. First, I got a question though. How do how does God say we love Him?
That's a good question.
I
Ask that
mean,
We not going we don't have to dive deep into it. We not gonna dive deep into it. It's
so,
just
so you
rhetorical in a
want the
way.
skinny and not
Uh,
the fat.
no, I'm just saying we ain't got to dive all into it. All I'm saying is I'll give you a short, quick answer.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the answer. Um, God says you love Him with conditions. Is how He knows you love Him
Mm.
because He says He knows you love Him by following what He tells you to do. And if you don't follow what He tells you to do, you don't love him. That's conditions. So if he's like that, then, you know what I'm saying, we're made in his image, right? That's what y'all said earlier. So if he's like that, you know what I'm saying? So, and then here's another thing too, to break something down for you.
That's interesting.
You ever been around a person that you love and say you can't stand being around them, like to yourself or in your head, like they might piss you off or whatever, and you like, I can't stand being around this motherfucker, like irritating the fuck out of me or whatever.
Mm.
You ever been around some shit like that?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we all should have.
You know. So you know when you say stuff like that to yourself and within your head or whatever, do you know that
You gotta.
you're putting out hate? Did you know that that's hate toward that
That's how I
person
grew
just
up.
to say that you can't stand being around them and to feel that way or whatever? That you know that's a form of hatred. It teaches that in the word. That, you know, that's a form of hatred. That's why we're not supposed to feel that way about one another. But you know, there is a common sense level to it. There are levels of where, you know, it's not saying like if a motherfucker stealing from you or whatever, you supposed to just still allow them to be around and be okay with that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a common sense level to everything. So all I'm saying at the end of the day is that, you know what I'm saying, I just, you know, everything comes with some type of condition, man. Kids, even kids, you having kids, right? If your children, which you know we all kick it all the time, and we you know we open, you know what I'm saying, you've talked about how, you know what I'm saying, sometimes they get on your nerves hitting you up for certain shit. So let's say you were the type of father that didn't oblige to a lot of these requests that they send when when your son want a couple dollars, you know, whatever, or your daughter hit you up out the blue, you know what I'm saying? Can you help me with this or whatever? Let's say you was the type that'd be like, no, or I ain't got it. You know, one of them type of cats. I ain't got it. I don't know. I'll see what I can do. Or always the bare minimum. She need 100. You like, I got $10 I can send you, and you're gonna have to see if you can get some for somebody else. But you think they would really love you unconditionally?
Yes.
I doubt it. I doubt
That's
it.
that's that's
I
that's
can't. I
that's
can't
that's your thought
guarantee it.
process, man. We can't, like, the thing about it is, man, like, just because I say, oh man, I'm tired of, you know, them asking me for money. I mean, I get irritated, you know, with them asking me for money. I mean, because most parents, hey, well, I'm not gonna sit up here and say all, but most parents will be irritated with their kids asking them for money all the time, asking them to buy them stuff, asking them to do this stuff for them, and all the dang on time. They'll get irritated. But just because I'm
No, not
irritated
not
with
the not the irritation. You mishearing me. I'm not. That was just that was my segue of saying that I was going to slightly mention that, but it's not the irritation. I'm saying the breakdown was if you were a piece of shit that they were constantly reaching out to, and you never met the request, they're not gonna love you the same. The hitting up would slow down. It's conditions. If you had nothing to offer them, it wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like think how many times can you think of, you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know y'all relationships with your nephews, children, whatever, shit like that. I tell my son all the time, don't only hit your auntie up or don't only hit your grandma up when you want something. Hit
Facts.
them up to check on them, see how they doing and stuff like that,
Exactly.
because children don't have that type of sense to think like that. Their shit comes with conditions. He ain't thinking about them until it's time for, oh, I want this new outfit, or I want to order a hoodie off of this, and or I want to see if I can get these shoes. So I'm gonna hit them up and see if I can get this. He not thinking to sit there and be like, how you doing today? You know what I'm saying? How you feeling? How's this going? How's that going? They don't have that type of innate mindset. They don't. They don't have that makeup. That shit comes with conditions. The conditions that he knows that they'll do something for him, so he'll reach out for them when he wants that. He has to be taught and trained differently, which is why I step in and, you know what I'm saying, hey, check on your people. see how your mama doing, so on and so forth. So at the end of the day, all I'm saying, bro,
That's
is
mainly selfishness,
if
man.
you no, that's how children are. Children are selfish.
I mean,
What
yeah,
do you
I
always,
get
I'm
that.
about to get you with your own shit. What do you always say about women and how you compare them to children? They act like children because they so fucking selfish. So you already know that children are selfish.
Yeah, I
They're
mean,
selfish
I get
people.
that.
They have
I
to be
never
trained to
disagreed with
not
you on that.
right. So that's all I'm saying. They have to be trained to not be that way. So at the end of the day, bro, all I'm saying is you may think differently, but I'm telling you, if you were a piece of shit that had nothing to offer them, they wouldn't even hit you up. The love is conditional.
I don't know, man, because like the only reason why I think differently because I'm in that situation. You know, my dad is a piece of shit. I'm gonna be honest with you, he is. But
I wouldn't say my dad's a
even
piece
though
of shit, but he's not the best. He's not the best at all.
my
Not
dad,
nowhere near it.
my dad is a straight no, listen, my dad is a straight piece of shit. All right. He didn't
You
do
love
shit
him.
I know.
for us.
I remember how your dad. Yeah, I remember
He
how
didn't
your
do
dad
shit.
was.
You love him?
He took from us. He
Do
didn't
you
give us
love him?
shit. He took from us. He was just there. You
Do
know
you
what I'm
love
saying? Yes, I still love my dad. I love my dad. Hey, see, the thing about it is the only reason why I still truly love him and I would still talk to him. I talk to him from time to time still. He's still the same person. He ain't never gonna change. But I understand he's never gonna change. And that's fine.
Mhm.
But my thing is I still love him unconditionally because he taught me he if he ain't teach me anything else, he taught me a valuable lesson not to be like him. So that's the main reason why I still
That's condition.
talk to him, why I still love him. You know what I'm
That's
saying? I love him as a father, as from a
That's
child to a
still a
father, I
condition.
still love him. It's
you
not a
said
That's
condition.
still conditions.
you
No, it's
said the
not.
only reason you love him is you can't you see and or see unconditional love is I love you. You don't have to give me any reason to love you. I
But
love
see, no,
you.
no. Because the thing about it is, like, look, I'm loving him regardless. Like he treated me like a piece of shit, and I still love him regardless. He treated my mom like a piece of shit. I still love him regardless. He treated my sisters like a piece of shit. I still love him regardless. I still love him. I still would talk to him. I don't like I said. I probably won't talk to him as much as I used to. At least much as I tried to talk to him when I was younger. But you know, but
You making my point, bro.
no, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You know how you
No, I'm
making my
not.
point? This is how you making my point. If he wasn't a piece of shit, your relationship would be different. That's conditions. If he wasn't a piece of shit and he did teach you more and he did install into you and he did buy for you and do things for you and treat you how you wanted to be treated and made you fall in love with him as a father, you know what I'm saying? Your relationship would be 100% different.
Yeah, our relation.
The-
Yes, you're true. Our relationship would be a lot different. But the thing
because
about it,
those
what I'm trying,
conditions
but
would
what?
have
No. But what I'm trying to say is, regardless of our relationship, being the way it is, whether it's a good relationship, whether I have a good relationship with him or a bad one, I still love him. I still care about him. You know what I'm saying? I still
Mhm.
would talk to him. No, like I said, if he was the good father, I like he should have been, yeah, I'll probably talk to him a lot more. I'll probably,
That's
get advice from a
conditions.
lot more. I'll probably still, I'll probably, saying like, a lot more. But, hey, like I was saying, by him being the type of father he was, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I still love him regardless. What's up, Queen? I still love him regardless. I may not mess with him as, what I'm saying, I may not, fuck with him like that as much as I would if he was a better father. But that doesn't mean I don't love him. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna still want to, talk to him. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna want to, do nothing for him. I would still do something for my father. If my father
What
asked me to do something for him, I would still do it because I still love him. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
don't
but
know
I
if I
don't
would
have to
call that
be.
love or whether that's just me saying that you're just a grown, good example of a man and know how to honor your parent, no matter how they treated you, because that's what we supposed to do. You're always supposed to honor thy mother and thy father. And it sounds
Yeah,
like
but
you just honor him the way,
that comes with the love. Because if you don't love him, you're not gonna honor shit. You know what I'm
Shit.
saying?
It's,
It don't matter. Dude, it
you
don't
can
matter if
honor
you
and not
your parents.
love.
If you do
You
not
can
honor,
honor and
look, if
not
you don't
love,
love your
bro.
parents, you're not gonna honor them at all. Period.
Yes, you
And
can.
we
Yes,
just
you
no, we
can.
just being
How
real,
do
bro.
you
Come on,
how
let's
do
be
you
real.
honor? How do you honor? That's the thing.
Bro.
You have to know what you're talking about. How do you honor?
No,
I'm gonna tell you this right
let's
now.
just be real,
You
bro.
you you but I am about to be real with you. You said you can't love somebody. I mean, you can't honor somebody that you don't love. So that means you really don't love your pops then, because you just sat here on a live internet and called him a piece of shit. That's not honoring your father.
I'm telling it like it is. It's being real. It's not about
But
a
it's
straight
telling it
honor. It's
like it
being
is,
real.
smelling it like it is, whatever
Hey,
you
I'm
want to
telling like
say.
it's
That's
being
not
real.
honoring your father.
It is honor. It could. Let's think about it.
How
It's being
is it
honest.
honor to call somebody a piece of shit?
I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. It's called being honest. It's called honesty. I'm being honest. He wasn't a good father at all, but hey, I still love him regardless. It doesn't matter what he done. It doesn't matter what he done to me. It doesn't matter. I mean, he never abused me, but it doesn't matter what he done to me or what he did or did not do to me. I still yeah, exactly. I respect him. Yes, thanks, Queen. It's respect. I still
You
respect him.
respect him, but you call him a piece of shit.
Man, that's the same
That's
thing with the
not
whole. That's
respect
the
or
same thing when you.
honor.
No, that's the same thing when you saying about the irritation. That just because this person irritates you, you don't that you spilling hate. That's not spilling hate. You just being real. The person irritates you. I mean, they irritate you, but you can still
I didn't say
love
I
them
didn't
just because
say if they
just
irritate you. I said if you say stuff like I said, remember preferencing. If you say stuff like I can't stand this person or I can't stand to be around this person. It's more so in the terms of, in the biblical sense, it talks about when you're in a relationship, a man and a woman, why they shouldn't say those types of things to each other because it's hatred. But it still boils over into man on man relationship, woman on woman, friend, whatever. It still boils over to the same thing. But you can't say you respect somebody that you'll be on the internet and say that they're a piece of shit. That is
Yeah,
not respect.
yeah, because to add on to that, it's like it seems like you showed appreciation because this is all about honoring your parents. Like, okay, it says you will love them, respect them, confide in them, be considerate of them, express appreciation for them, then demonstrate all of those things by following their counsel in righteousness and by obeying the commandments of God. However, you did the appreciation part. You say you love them, you doing that part. Now the part that's missing is the respect thing. You could have said it differently. That's all we're saying. Revise it. You could have said my father wasn't the best father in the world, but that instead of saying he was a piece of shit, the piece of shit is literally a disrespectful thing, although it is the truth. That's what I'm saying. It is the truth. But from your end, it could be not honoring your father. It could be you're telling the
It
truth,
is not
you're
honoring.
not
Yeah.
honoring your father.
man,
And
that's just
not
how
in an
y'all taking it.
honorable way.
I'm not taking nothing back what I said. That's just how y'all taking it.
Okay.
And
I got
y'all
you.
can
But
take it
it's, I
however y'all
mean,
want to take
that's
it.
how,
No,
It's just how
it
y'all
is
take
what
it.
it is.
I wouldn't call it truth. I just call it just how y'all take it. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
no, no, no.
Plain and
What
simple.
I was saying was your okay. We can move on to the next one too, though. Like,
Yeah. What was
Yeah,
that was a
you're right.
what?
oh
You're right,
shit.
Queen. No, Queen said true, but everyone expressed their feelings in different ways. You're right. Everybody does express in different ways,
How
and this is how I'm
It
expressing it. I
does.
mean,
but we didn't say
She
that.
just said the same thing Tyree said.
Yeah. See, it's you express your. Let me get to another part. So sometimes with emotions, like us men, we have to, and women, we have to keep our emotions in check because sometimes how you treat thy neighbor is going to happen to you. So if you don't honor thy neighbor in general, it's literally it's how you treating yourself. So if it's like I'm expressing my feelings like you're a fucking bitch, you're a whore, this, that, and the third, it's like no, 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 no. You gotta check it and take that silence and not say. I'm just saying in general. For what she said is people vent differently, but that's still no excuse though. It's still not. It's still going back to what we
Yeah.
said. It's not honoring your father though. It's not honoring
it's
them. So that's
it
all
is
I'm saying.
respect, man. Like I have total respect for my father. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was a piece of shit. It's okay. And like I said, He's a piece of shit. And I mean, you can take it however you want to say it. Like if you feel like you feel like that's disrespectful, oh well. But it's not being this like cause I've said nothing but other than that. But I said nothing but good things about him, even though he just wasn't, the father that, you know,
Mhm.
that he should have been. You know what I'm saying? He was a piece of crap. I mean, it is. I'm just being real. Like it is what it is. But I still respect him. I don't fucking like. I don't bash him. I don't talk bad about him in front of nobody. You know what I'm saying? Other than I mean, like I said, y'all want to sit there and say that that me saying he's a piece of shit. Like okay, but I don't really say that. I don't really say that to everybody. I don't really say that to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I just say he ain't, he just wasn't a father to me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying it now because yes, Queen, yes, I am kind of mad. Yes, just the whole
I understand.
I'm reliving the whole ordeal with the relationship with my father that I really wanted and never got. So yes, I am mad. So of course, you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna say some spiteful stuff because I'm mad, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying?
And
But to I'll let you go in a minute.
no, I got
But
you.
to what I'm saying, but to clear that up, okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna clear it up. He just wasn't the father that I wanted him to be. So me calling him a piece of shit is
100%.
basically out of madness. Okay. So I'm gonna go
And
ahead
so
and I'm
you
gonna own up to
do
that.
own up to that. That
I'm
is
gonna own up to that.
disrespectful.
I'm disrespectful. It's
Bro,
just
you
out
don't
of
think it's
madness.
disrespectful to call
It's
your
out of
father
madness,
or
man.
mother a piece of shit?
I mean, I mean, look, y'all, it could be disrespectful to some people. It could be, but like I said, I'm just being real. I gotta be honest with myself. I can't sit up here and be dishonorable with myself. I'm being honest with myself. This is basically me being honest with myself. Yes, I'm you know expressing strongly. I got
Hey,
a strong expression of it, but I'm still being honest.
can I add something? That's it's literally it's crazy because I'm not bashing you, and he's not either. I get what he's saying. I get what it's but so first, you don't like that's not real love right now, currently, because there's some type of hurt there. And I've been there too. So if like you can't love someone fully if there's some type of hurt that you hold on to, and it's not your fault, but it is your fault if you keep holding on to it. You have to learn to release it. And the only way you can release that is by figuring out how you can, I guess, deal with him or talk to him about it. If that works, if it don't work, you have to learn at some point to listen to the inner you and figure out how to release that. And only then can love truly thrive or flow. Now, listen. We all go through these phases, right? It's phases. It's like I wouldn't say phases of destruction, but it's phases. So eventually you'll be healed and everything. You'll if you want it. Eventually you'll be at a different head space. It's like, okay, right now you don't love him unconditionally, right? But eventually you'll love him. You'll love him a higher version of love, I should say, the real version of love, because you'll have to release the shit. You know how many people run around, how many of us are walking around with still things that's hidden, even me, still things inside of us that's keeping us from actually loving how we're supposed to really love. Because the way you treat thy neighbor is how you treating yourself. So if you don't love, if you holding grudges with thy neighbor, you're not loving them. And therefore it will be harder for you to attract love. You get what I'm saying? So like I'm not shitting on you, and I do understand where you're coming from, and I also understand what he's saying. Like I said, like I made the point with him. So, but I'm hoping that for you, brother, I'm hoping that I wish, not hope, I wish you a successful recovery from that, because that's so unfortunate, and I know how you might feel about that.
It
Let me
definitely
say
still
something.
got. I definitely
No,
still got
let me no, let me say something. Let me talk to you. All right, look. The thing about it is, I'm not holding anything against him at all.
Oh hell
I'm not holding anything against my dad at all. I've been forgave him. you know, of course, you're not gonna ever forget anything.
True.
You're not gonna ever forget. You know what I'm saying? But the stuff that he did, it doesn't truly bother me like that, like it used to. Yeah, I kind of got off on a harsh level, but like I said, I still love him. I still talk to him. You know, because if I really was holding a true grudge with him, like my sisters still hold a grudge with him. They don't even want to talk to him. They don't want to be around him. They don't want to talk to him. They don't want to see him. They don't want to have nothing to do. They don't even want me saying his name in their presence.
That's how women are. Right. But go ahead.
So, the fact that, I still adore my dad. I still talk to him from time to time. I don't talk to him as much, but I still talk to him from time to time. I still will have a conversation with him. I would still do stuff for him. If he wanted me to do anything for him, I would still do anything for him. You know what I'm saying? And I would still talk to him, and I still respect him, not only as my father, but as a man. I'm not holding any grudges against him. It's just, hey, yeah, looking back on it, like I said, I don't forget it. I'm not going to forget the stuff. So yeah, it was a hard time, what I'm saying? Like I still, would have loved to have that relationship with my father, but hey, it is what it is. I'm a grown ass man now. I mean, I'm moved on. I'm not back into that, little kid stage anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, like I can, like I said, I can go ahead and accept the whole thing with me saying, calling him a piece of shit. Okay, I'll accept that and I'll revert it. But the thing about it is, I can't sit up here and not be real with myself and be honest. You know what I'm saying? I can be honest and it's like this. I can say something that's not disrespectful, but it could just come off disrespectful. So the way how I said it came off as disrespectful. Not what I said, is how I said it. You know what I'm saying? So the way how I said it came
Don't
off
make a fuck out of me.
The way how I said it came off as disrespectful because I was like, man, he was just a piece of shit. That came off a little disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So yes, that would be, you know what I'm saying, deemed disrespectful in a lot of people's eyes because of the way how I said it. Because you could say stuff, but it's how you say it. It's your that's the word I'm looking for.
Delivery?
Yeah, your delivery.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
Bro, you sitting up here
Look,
lying to the people and to the public,
we ain't
bro.
about to go through all that. Ain't nobody lying about nothing, man.
Bro, you are lying. And the reason why I say
That's to
that you're
you.
lying is because simply this. You just sat up here and said that you can say something disrespectful, but it not be disrespect. That's a lie.
You didn't hear me. I said I can say something that may seem disrespectful to people, you know what I'm saying, but it's not disrespectful depending on how I say it. It just depends on how I say it. You know what I'm saying? Because you can call.
So if you were married and your wife walk into the room and you like, hey, good morning, bitch. That's not disrespectful. Like, no, that's not disrespectful. I didn't say it. I didn't say good morning, you bitch. I said good morning, bitch, just regular. That ain't disrespectful. See, some people would think that's disrespectful, but because of how I said it, it's cool.
Morning, bitch.
No, bro. It don't work that way, bro.
But you see how you said it though, right?
That way.
You see how you said it though, right?
I said it regular.
If you said it like that, of course she gonna pop the fuck off. Like, what the hell? Like, who the fuck you calling bitch?
So what you gonna like? Hey,
all right. Well, think about this.
Wait, please. Wait.
Women be calling each other bitches.
How can you say?
Oh, they be doing
that. That's what I'm saying.
No, it still has preservatives.
So would it be better if I'd have said, "Hey, good morning, my beautiful bitch. How you doing?"
Hey, most women. I mean, I'm gonna say most, but a lot of women probably wouldn't pop off, especially if she know who you are. If she know that you joking like that, she ain't gonna pop off. She probably just laugh that shit off.
Shut the fuck up.
Man, look,
This
she'll
nigga
probably laugh that
tripping,
shit the
bro.
fuck off. She probably laugh that shit the fuck off, whatever. Plain and simple. She
It's
probably laugh that
it's
shit off.
it's it's still disrespectful.
Golf
Bro.
is still
That's
good.
all I'm saying. At the end of the day,
Okay,
it's
well then
still
it's disrespectful for
disrespectful.
us calling each other niggas. Then.
I'll say this too. My opinion would be that you haven't forgiven your father and you are still holding on to some of that trauma and hurt. And the reason why I say you may deny it and you may say that I'm wrong and we just agree to disagree. That's fine. But the reason why I say that you are still holding on to this stuff and that you are still angry is because when you are healed and not holding on to something anymore, that type of expression doesn't even come out anymore because that anger doesn't haunt you anymore. You can talk about it and talk about it with peace. It would be like Tyree said in the beginning, it would have been more so like, man, look, my father wasn't the best in the world. You hear people say it all the time. People who were in the foster system or parents abused them or molest them or whatever the case may be, alcoholic, you hear them say all the time, hey, my parents weren't the best in the world. It is what it is. I used to hate them, but I had to get past that, and I grew, and I love them for who they are, and I just leave them. I leave them as is, and I respect them. That's how you honor. You know what I'm saying? That's how
But
you
ain't that
pay
what I
honor
said?
to. That's how you would be. No, you didn't. You
Yes,
said he
I
was a
did say
piece of
that.
shit.
I did say exactly that. Everything you just said, I literally said that. So now
All
my
right.
anger and my frustration right now is not with my father, it's with y'all. Because y'all sit here trying to, what I'm saying? Y'all sit here trying to play me right now. And I'm not liking it. Because I literally just said all that. I said everything good about my dad. The piece of shit thing, y'all took it as disrespect because of the way how I said it.
But it
No,
y'all
we
pretty much
took
excluded
it as
y'all pretty much
disrespect because
excluded
it is
everything else I said.
disrespect.
Y'all excluded everything else I said.
But we didn't.
I
And y'all
didn't. I said those things are honorable, but it's not true
exactly,
honor.
Queen.
It's those things are honorable, but it's not true honor to say he's a piece of
backhanded
shit.
compliment.
That's disrespectful.
But that's
What
you know what?
it's
I'm
not
not
how
even
we
gonna
taking it. It is what it is.
And we're not
no,
saying
this
we
is how you
disagree
taking
with.
it.
We're not saying that you're in the wrong. Look, bro. When you healing is you go through different phases, stages before you could become like healed from that thing right alone. So it's like it's okay. Like I told you, I'm not healed from some things. I still hold on to some things, and yeah, like I said, you go from denial to slightly accepting it, then you go to accepting it, then you go to it's like angry, sad, mad. You go through all that. We're angry, mad, the same shit.
I mean, I never denied that I had anger towards my father. I never denied it. I said I did. But I don't anymore. I used to. I ain't gonna lie, I did. I used to have anger, the same anger that my sister still have against him. I had the same anger toward him.
And
I
I'm
didn't
not
want to
trying to
talk
play
to
you.
him. I didn't want to fuck with him like that. I didn't care about him like that.
And I would guarantee if we didn't have this conversation at all, and we just happened to be on live or kicking it or whatever, and I asked Sharnita or Vanessa about your father, they would probably be like, "He a piece of shit. Fuck that piece of shit."
Mhm.
Oh yeah, they probably would.
You just said the same
because
thing.
I've said it to but see, they probably would say it even more harsher than I did. Because we've had me and my sisters had this conversation before. And this is how I know they still hold a grudge against them because we've had this conversation and they've said all this, saying outlandish shit about him. That they don't want to fuck with him no more. They don't want to talk about him. They've said all this. You know what I'm saying? That's how I know they still hold a grudge against him. You know what I'm saying? And I've talked to my mom about it too. And I've told her about it. You know what I'm saying? And like it's like we've had this conversation before. That's how I know.
Hey, what it is, man. With that, I digress, man. Let's get into the next question here that we had, fellas. We got another one coming up.
Hey, Queen says, okay. She said, okay, I thought we was talking about the real. We can talk about the real if you want to talk about the real. Y'all want to talk about the real?
Can we finish our original discussion first? This was the last question since we already pretty much hit on you know what I'm saying, the ego thing. So the last question will be
so the last
are
question.
we out of
point.
out of touch with ourselves because we already hit on ego. So
Yeah, we
are
already
we out of
Absolutely.
touch with ourselves?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I agree too.
We don't meditate, we don't study, right? When I say we, I'm saying it as a general thing because I I do it fairly, like here and there. I can do it more, but we don't like. I study, but less meditating. We don't meditate, we don't study, we just live and do things, right? We're robotic machinery, right? We're like agents in the matrix, PCs. So we have to get back to the
Droids of the type.
exactly. We have to get back to the structure. We have to, like meditation is so it helps you. It helps you become better. We all use, and even me, we've used these different substances to try to escape, evade like certain problems that we have. And that only makes the problem bigger. The bigger the problem grows, the more we become more and more out of touch with ourselves. I mean, let me ask you all this question. When was the last time you heard your inner voice? And when I say that, I mean your higher you or the beat of your own drum. When the last time have you heard that? Probably been a long ass time, right? Because you don't trust the inner you. You can't because you don't hear it. So there's so much going on. I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this. And you guys take some 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day to get back to our mental side. I think because people are lost mentally, they're out of touch mentally, physically, it's just everywhere. Like if that makes sense, everywhere. But if that makes sense, it's like, and they play a role on everything else we do. From like we said, our relationships. That's why people become way more egotistical. We're out of touch. People don't meditate. I guarantee if you meditate more, you'll have more empathy. You'll be able to take yourself out your own body and just you'll be kind more. That's what we're not doing. Everyone has this like this mean mug face on, like, and I get it. You're going out into the jungle out there, but still don't be out of touch. Show love. Be kind.
So Queen says, once you fully love yourself, then you will be in tune with yourself. I agree.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
kind of goes back to we was talking about being in love with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Once you fully love yourself, you know what I'm saying, you will know yourself a lot more. Because if you really think about it, I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of people really don't know themselves like they think they do. You know what I'm saying? And you should know yourself. You live your life every fucking day, so you should know yourself. But in reality, a lot of people don't.
Because they don't pay attention to it. They're like I said, they're NPCs. They're just freelancing, right? And you cannot just undulate freely like that without taking some time to just like consider. Like someone asked me before, what foot do you use when you go in the door first? Like when you walk in your door, what foot is going in first? I'm just like, what type of question is that? But I got the question later on. It hit me like, oh, pay attention to myself, basically, right? You got to pay attention to yourself. So I started doing that more. And I'm like, that's the way the love for you grows. That's how you learn to love yourself more, is when you pay attention to you. You pay attention to everything you do and why you do it, right? So then
Hey, yeah, hey, not to cut you off, but I had to think about that myself. Like, what are you talking about?
yeah, that's
Yeah,
like
I
some
got you.
goo.
I got you, though. I got
Yeah,
you.
I was like, I didn't get it. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, just think about that. I'll leave that with you. And I'm like, I hate when they do that. But then it hit me. And it's like, it makes sense. Pay attention to myself. And I said, is that what it is? He said, yes, absolutely. Know what foot you use when you walk in the door first. I'm like, okay, I got you. You use it that way. But when I started doing that, I started to love myself more. And I wanted to improve even more. So
Yeah, hey, like looking at R&B right now, he doing the same thing I was doing. I'm like, I ain't never thought about it like that. Like really, I ain't never thought about it like wait, hold on. Hey, no, for real, Reese, no, that if somebody would have asked me some shit like that, like would have told me some shit like that, I would have been felt the same. Like, wait, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what?
yeah,
What do you mean by that?
Man,
That sound like
really had-
that sound like some ninja movie type shit. Like the
yeah.
wise trainers
Yes.
bringing up the young prodigal son, and he tell him some shit like that right before his big competition. Like, before you go in the door, be sure you know what foot you use.
Nigga like,
what the
what?
fuck?
Like, what?
And then
What?
Like, what is it like? Why does that even matter?
the
Like,
journey upon the journey and unlocking this special ultimate force in them, they had to learn what they had to understand it, and they click in and understand it, then they get to fighting and they destroy their enemies. Like that, yeah, that one of those.
you know
Yeah.
yourself,
Like
yeah, because at that point you know yourself. You know, yeah, like yeah. Queen K just said I always pay attention to myself. Yeah, it's that's what it is. It's basically you paying attention to yourself. Pay attention to your movements. Pay attention to the stuff you say. Pay attention to stuff that you do. Like pay attention to your everyday life. Don't just live it. You know what I'm saying? Be aware of it. So you'll know yourself. You'll know your basically your habits. You know what I'm saying? Understanding your habits and what you do and stuff like that. It's like, because those are stuff right there that nobody really pay. I'm telling you right now, most people do not pay attention to. They just do shit and don't really pay attention. Don't even think much about it until it becomes known to somebody. Somebody like notices some shit and asks you, like, hey, look, when you get mad, what do you do when you get mad? You know what I'm saying? You look at that question like, what the fuck you mean when I get mad? Nigga, I start cussing. I'm like, yeah, but as far as your facial features, I mean, of course you can't look at your face, but you can still know what the hell you do. Cause like you could be the type of person when you get mad, you might fucking just like, have your eyebrows go up like that, but you don't notice that shit because you in your mad state. But somebody else was notice that shit, and they're like, "Hey, what do you do when you get mad?" Or you might twitch your eye. You probably won't notice that shit because you too busy in your mad state. You thinking about what the hell you gonna say, what the fuck you gonna do because you pissed off. But you don't pay attention to what the fuck how your face is or what you do. You might swing your arms when you fucking ready to go. You know what I'm saying? When you about to ready to fight, you might swing your arms. You might be like if you nervous, you might be twitching. A lot of people don't be noticing that about themselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, that's actually some good shit. I never really thought about it like that. That's actually really good.
Yeah, you got. I've always paid attention to myself as well because I notice like when I get angry, my ears get hot. When I get like super mad or like ready to fight, my ears get hot. So I've
Yeah, nigga,
always
my heart
noticed that.
start pumping. Like when I get real pissed off, my heart start fucking pumping. I get agitated, like I get irritated, like my I start jittering, my heart start pumping, like my
Yeah, I used
adrenaline
to
start
jitter
flowing.
too.
Boy, I'll be ready to go when I'm pissed off.
I thought he said his heart stopped pumping. I'm like, ooh,
No,
man.
start
Your
pumping.
enemy, all your enemy gotta do is
Like
just
then he'll get mad, and just die.
make you mad. They just throw you and make you mad and be like, yeah, we got that nigga. He killed
He killed himself.
y'all from a fucking heart attack. His heart stopped working. And we planted the bait.
No, I said it started like going. It started pumping like it was when you get high for the first time. You know when that chronic hits you and your heart starts pumping, you can hear that shit. Yeah, that's how it be when I'm mad. Like I can literally hear my heart just pumping fast as hell.
When I get mad, there's this like you take a rock, you take a rag and you got water in it, you just dry the rag out like this, and in the middle part is a knot. It's like when I get mad, it's a knot right there that just keep tightening like that. And I'd be like, my hand gets to trembling. I really have anger issues, but I work. Like real talk, I have anger issues, but I worked on those anger issues. There was a point in time that I didn't pay attention to myself. And versus now I pay attention to myself. There are some things that slip under the cracks that some of my peoples like the tribe here and etc. tell me, hey man, look at this. You might want to adjust this. And I look at it. And some things ain't as easy to look at. It's just like, oh, I hate that I got that. It's embarrassing. Don't be embarrassed about anything either. So still something I'm working on.
Yeah, like when I'm confused, man, I just be staring off and I'll just I'm like just stare, like I'll just look at him like what?
That's it. So you, yeah. Oh man, that was crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, that's a crazy. That's actually pretty. That's a pretty cool ass little thing. I wish somebody would have said something like that to me. I'm like, huh? Like I would have thought the same thing. It would have to hit me later on. Like, oh, yeah, you're trying to say pay attention to yourself. Okay, yeah, that's you never really you don't really think. That's some shit that you just don't think about and make you think. You're like, okay,
And you know what? It also changes the way you date too. And let me tell you why. It affects everything, right? Your confidence, all of that.
I can see that.
Because you started looking at yourself like, damn, I'm the shit. You're not saying nobody else is not the shit, but you're like, I'm the shit. I excel at this. And these are the things I'm weak at. But you're not thinking of your weaknesses because you're constantly working on them. But it's like what you're looking at is what you excel at. Because you're like, damn, I'm sweet as hell for real. So when you go into like talking to somebody, it's not you. First of all, you don't want to ever be coming into something like, bitch, I'm the shit. Nigga, you should be sucking my ass if I want you to, ho. Like
you always got to be able to take some
Pause.
constructive criticism.
exactly. So it helps you. It helps you. Like it helps you. Like I ain't gonna lie, you really start loving on yourself better when you start seeing shit like that. Like, oh, I breathe out my left nostril and not as strong on my right nostril. What can I do about that to change it? Look it up. Is it bad? You talk to your doctor about it.
Yeah, that's a health problem.
You're right. That's different than what we talk
Yeah,
about.
that's
Nigga.
a health
Some
problem
shit
right
you
there.
need to go to the doctor for, nigga.
You might want to go see a doctor on that one.
I'm talking about it's small. That's huge. But it's something you can notice the smallest thing and it'll connect with you more. Like they say when you read, like, if you don't study the Bible, if you don't study and I'm not going, I'm just being honest. If you don't study those things, then you don't understand it. So how can you be connected with it?
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
Have you?
So with that,
that's a
we
different
digress
subject
again.
Yeah, that's a different subject too.
We gonna digress one more time. Let's get into this motherfucking subject about this reel that Miss Queen K wanted us to discuss real quick before we end this off.
You hear that,
fellas.
Queen K? We about to go ahead and discuss the real.
Is she still here?
Yeah, she's still here. She
She's
commented.
still watching.
First of all, thank you, Queen K, and whoever else is still here. Thank y'all for staying through and tuning in. Like
For sure.
We love y'all.
We appreciate you all. Ain't really much commenting going on on Facebook, but we got people watching. They just not really commenting, but it's fine.
We'll get there.
Yeah, it's fine.
So we shared a reel on the page earlier, actually not too long before we went live, where a gentleman was basically giving a key gem to women, where he was saying like if you want to have a happy marriage and a peaceful home, and he just simply said to humble yourself to your husband. And like that it's very simple. It's so much that comes with, a woman humbling herself to her husband and not trying to be the equal or be, the masculine type and all of the extra shit and bucking back. Right. I could go on and on, but I'm gonna leave this one to y'all because I don't want to touch on too much.
Says, yeah, Queen K, she says basically be submissive. Yeah. But you know how a lot of women, they like to take that submissive word and twist it up and be like, oh, yeah, ain't nobody about to control me, but it's not about control. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to what I was saying earlier about playing your role, in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Is, think about this. Think about this, ladies. When a man, you hear men say all the time, like, yeah, I work this 10-hour shift, whatever, and I come home. I don't want to come home to you being all in my face, telling me all types of bullshit, whatever, and I just want my space and stuff like that. And then you get a lot of women, they get upset about that, like, I don't know. But it goes the other way around. What if you working a 10-hour shift and you already had to deal with bullshit at work? You don't want to come home to your husband coming to you with some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to come home to any bullshit going on at home. You want to sit there and come home to Yeah, you want to come home to some peace, so you can unwind. Your house is supposed to be where you can be able to unwind and digress and try to get over what the fuck the day that you just basically had. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So you don't want nobody coming to you with more bullshit. Like I get home from a 10-hour shift, I done already had to deal with a fucked up ass boss that been riding me this whole time. I know, pause. That been riding me the whole time, and then I come home and you coming in my face of why you didn't take out the garbage like I asked you to? Like what?
Shut up,
Like,
bitch.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want to hear that. Like, come on, man. Like, seriously, are you being serious right now? So it's the same thing. You don't want to come home, you know what I'm saying, after dealing with something like that, and your husband come and tell you, hey, babe, why you didn't do this such that I asked you to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, didn't I ask you to bring home some food? You know what I'm saying? I mean, ain't that what you supposed to be doing anyway? You supposed to go get groceries, right? I need to eat. Like, I mean,
Hey,
come on now. You gonna be
we
pissed
got
the
a
hell off.
comment.
Yeah,
Queen K say all a man want is peace, respect, his stomach full and his balls empty.
hey, no, hey,
Hit it right
hit that applause too.
hit it right on the nail. Like,
Hey, yeah, she sure did hit that on the nail. Salutes to you, my sister. Salutes to you. You're damn right. That's all we really want. But yeah, man. But the way to make
I'm not gonna say that's all we really want, but it's that I ain't against that portion though. But it gotta be more than that. We can't be that damn simple, fellas. We can't let them make us that damn simple. God
I
damn it.
mean, men are pretty simple. I mean, but we
We
do have
are
a lot
simple
more shit to
creatures,
us.
but we can't let them make us that simple as far as what we want and how to treat us and shit.
What we need.
Because a woman could give you peace, respect, your stomach full, and empty your balls and still be a piece of shit. She might not clean the house.
you could be laying with Tyrone and Jason.
While
And
you going at work.
yeah.
So so that's
dating.
all I'm saying. Like, but
Yeah.
to sum it up, she ain't lying though. You know, that's all I'm saying. You can't let them
Let's
make
say
us
this,
that
it's part of
simple.
it. That's all
Yeah.
that stuff is part of it, all right. You know what I'm saying? That's part of what a man will love. You know what I'm saying? It's part of it. It ain't all of it. You know what I'm saying? It's part of it. But like we want the peace, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, like I said, your house is your sanctuary. You know what I'm saying? You want to come home. You supposed to come home and be able to get away from the world, to get away from all of the dramas that you endure while you was out in the world. And your house is supposed to be that getaway spot. But
But
you can't sit
I
there.
don't think he. My bad. Just to
No,
interject,
go ahead.
I don't think he was coming from that aspect like that. You know what I'm saying? The aspect when you listen to it, you know what I'm saying, he talking about a peaceful home and a happy marriage. And he was just saying, humble yourself to your husband. He's basically saying, like, just get behind him. Get behind your husband and let him lead properly. Let him take control of things. Let him be the man. Let a man be a man. Humble yourself. That's your king. He's supposed to be your provider, your protector, and everything else. You know what I'm saying? Your connection to the next highest being in the most high. You know what I'm saying? So that's what he's saying women need to learn how to do.
Fix the dynamics. And
Yeah, fix the dynamics.
and I was gonna say this earlier, just to add, because I know it's probably late. We want our souls to be down your throat. We want our souls to be in your body temporarily. We want our souls to be in your throat, your neck. So, like, no, I'm bullshit. But no, real talk though. But some people will see humble as a bad thing. Though they see like, oh well, humble is such a shitty word. I'm a woman. I want to be free, and it's that and the third. Well, man, be
It's
free.
2023. Well, it's 2024.
I was telling Thomas earlier, I bet you a lot of the shit that you would hear, most women like if they want to rebuttal that, the first thing they gonna say is, oh, he gotta be humble to me too. He gotta humble himself to me too.
Ho, shut the fuck up.
It's not that we don't already know that. But what you have to understand is that a man's version of humbling himself to you is not equal to a woman's version of humbling herself to her husband. It's just
Hello.
not.
Hello.
It's not equal. And that's for a reason. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that we get to treat you like a piece of shit or any type of disrespect or anything like that. It's not equal because your humbling causes for you to be behind and be number two. You know what I'm saying? So
Greatest
you
number
know,
two of all
and
time.
that's order. That's order. You know, that's order.
Yeah, so
That's my take on
so Queen K, she told another little jokey joke. She says, "Oh, I snatch souls." That's funny. Okay. We don't need to get into all that, you know what I'm saying, about your sex life. But okay, but yeah,
Oh yeah, fuck me.
that peace stuff, um, yeah, like it works. Of course, we understand as men, we understand peace works both ways. We understand that. The thing about it is we feel that women don't understand that. It's not that we don't understand that. It's a lot of y'all don't understand that. And all we're doing is trying to give y'all an understanding, from a man's perspective. You know what I'm saying? We get it. Respect goes both ways. We get that. Men get that. But do y'all get that? Is what we're asking. Because it kind of seemed like a lot of times when, like what R&B was saying, when a lot of women like to pull the whole 360, well, the 180 on us is like, oh wow, we need this, we need that too. Okay, we no, it's actually 180 because the 360 means going right back around again. But you know what I'm saying? When they do that, it's
that's
like
what
you're
you
not
did.
really when you're doing that, when you twisting up and you trying to throw it back on us, is you're not really getting the message. It's basically telling us that you're not understanding what we're saying. You know what I'm saying? Because as men, we do take accountability. You know what I'm saying? Not all, but most men do take accountability. We know we're fucked up. We know this. But it's the women that don't understand how fucked up y'all are. And all we're doing is trying to tell you that. And we are acknowledging the stuff that's fucked up on y'all part because hey, don't act like y'all shit don't stink. So, like I said, when we talk about as far as peace, yes, we understand that women need peace too. We get that, but we're trying to get y'all to understand that men need peace too, because the relationships is not about y'all. It's not about us.
Oh my
It's
God.
not about men. It's not about women. It's about the couple. It's about what both of y'all want and need, not what just one of y'all want and need. You know
And
what I'm saying?
just to add real quick, to interject, that go back to ego. Remember what I said about it blinds you from the bigger picture? So if the bigger picture is not just me, it ain't just you, it's the bigger picture, right? Us together. And so yeah, that they go back to that. And there was something else I was gonna say. Fuck it.
He said we talking instead of listening. Yep, totally agree. Totally agree, Queen K. She said we talking instead of listening. Right. A lot of women do a lot of this and not a lot of this.
And,
You
and,
know what I'm
and
saying?
when they do this, it's only selective this. It's only selective hearing. It's like I want to hear. Oh,
Yeah.
and it's emotions behind it, which causes them to talk because they want to defend whatever it is. They want to backpedal, project, and look back, little shit like that. But
Responding to rebuttal
yeah,
instead of
yeah.
responding to listening.
So and also you shouldn't come to the table, an open table with you have to do this in order for me to give you respect and be in my soft girl era or give you this soft girl presence. Nah, I come to you, I give you me, and you come to me, you give me you. It's a completeness there. It's not no Are you gonna give me this and then I'll give you this? Nah, you already given this, and I have the ability or the free will to fuck it over or not. Now, not saying I should, but it's no, well, he wasn't doing such and such, so he didn't come to the table doing such and such, so I didn't show him shit. That's where we come into ego again and being stripping yourself and being in your own way. If you come to the table and it's just you're automatically showing that to me, and I'm automatically showing this to you without saying, bitch, when you gonna show me your soft girl era? And then I'll be open to you. Then that's when I'll do this for you. But if you ain't doing this, then I'm not gonna do this. No, I'm already show you this. And if you're not still doing it at some point, then I'm gonna reject. I mean, I'm a not reject, but I'm gonna retract, because I gotta protect me, right? You feel me? That's where that come in at. I gotta like at some point, like you feel me? So
Yeah, so yeah, she says, yes, because a woman should be a woman at all time, regardless of what the man did. And that's what we was talking about earlier. That's we totally agree with that. You know what I'm saying? You are a woman, you should always be a woman first. You know what I'm saying? Like play your role as the woman. You know what I'm saying? Plain and simple. It don't make this what the man did. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we understand men ain't men no more. But y'all need to understand this. Women ain't women no more. You know what I'm saying? Just like how we're not men no more, y'all not women no more. Y'all too busy trying to be a man that y'all totally forget how to even be a woman. You know what I'm saying? So if we're trying to give you some tools on what you know what I'm saying, that you can use to be a woman, because you are a woman, you know what I'm saying? Take it into consideration. Yeah, I understand we can't tell you how to fully be a woman because we're not women. We get it. But you know what I'm saying? What we can do is give you some kind of tools to go by to understand a woman's role. We're going to give you the tools to understand a woman's role. We can't literally sit here and tell you how to actually be a woman. We're just giving you the tools to tell you on what a woman's role is. That's all we're doing. We're not trying to tell you how to be a woman because we're not one. Just like y'all can't tell us how to be a man because y'all not a man, but y'all can still give us some tools on, you know, what a man's role is. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how you want to be treated as a woman. You know how you want to be treated.
I don't know if I can even take that because them giving tools on what a man's role is because they're not the same. That's why I said earlier that our version of humbling to them is not the same as them humbling to us because they just not the same. They not wired. They not meant to be. They meant to be exactly what they should be. You know, the nurturers, the carers. You know what I'm saying? Like they just not the same, bro. Like it's different. I don't want to hear really. I'm not saying I don't want to hear it. Let me preface that. I won't say that. I won't say that. I apologize. But I just don't. I don't really feel like I agree with hearing a woman point on what she feels like a man's role is. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to come from a lot more times than not, it's going to come from a place of emotion. And when you're dealing with emotions, logic be low.
Facts.
I mean, I can agree with that was to a certain extent. Yes, the emotions, I definitely agree with that. But just like how we're, saying, oh, the woman should be submissive, should be humble to her man, and blah 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 blah. You know, a woman can definitely say, "Oh, a man, saying should be the leader." He makes the decisions. You know, he's a provider, stuff like that. They can still say that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's true. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So it's not. We're not saying
but
it's not
when
true. It's true.
I'm talking the nitty gritty though, like those are some of the basics that anybody that's trying to sound good, whether they for real about it or not, you know what I'm saying, can use and while giving like a viewpoint on shit. I'm talking about like when they get down into the nitty gritty of things, like the type of things that they will probably repeat. And we've heard some of it.
Yeah, I
We
get
see
you
it a
on that.
lot on social
I get
media.
you on
You
that.
know what I'm saying? Like a lot of what they points be coming from like emotional shit. Like or what I feel like he should be not just a provider. He should be treating me to a good time. We should be going on vacations every
Yeah,
month.
that shit.
Shit like
Yeah,
that. Like,
yeah.
That's not
like
You
logical.
need to earn those vacations, motherfucker.
It's not logical. A
nah,
lot of this
I earn shit. I shouldn't be taking you on vacations every month. I should be taking you on vacations when I see fit and
fat
when the time motherfucking presents itself.
facts.
I mean, yeah, I agree to that too. But I mean, if the man sees fit that he wants to take her on a vacation every month or once a year or something like that, then that's how he see fit. That's how he see fit. But you're right; it should be from the man's how he see fit. So it just depends on that type of man, on how he see fits and if that woman deserves it. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't just be taking any woman out like that truly doesn't deserve that shit. You know what I'm saying? So. What you shaking your head for, Natasha? You know what? Natasha, I know you got a lot to say because you be saying a lot to me. What do you got to say? Go ahead. Talk your talk, Tasha. Go ahead. We want to know. Oh, Chrissy said, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, Chrissy, you too. Both of y'all. Y'all don't disagree with us. So tell us, enlighten us on how y'all feel. You know what I'm saying? This is the time of feelings. You know, it's 2024. We got to care about how you feel. Go ahead and enlighten us on how you feel.
I don't think 2024 says anything about caring. Gotta care about how they feel. I think that's something that's just humane and should have been going on since the beginning of time of caring about people, how people feel.
I mean, but
That's where we at with it now though. Niggas
some
saying like
people's
it's
feelings.
2024, I care not. Like what?
Yeah, I mean, but you got to think about this though. Like feelings and what's real is two different things too. So, I mean, you could feel how you want to feel, but truth is truth. So, at that point, it
That's
doesn't
not
matter how you
truth.
feel.
It's not truth that somebody the 2024 is the
No,
new
I'm saying
era of
no. I'm
caring
no, no,
about how
no. I ain't
people
talking
feel.
about that. I ain't talking about that. I'm
Oh,
talking about like if you speak in something that's true, and it can definitely be proven. It doesn't matter how somebody else feel.
oh
If
yeah,
you speak something
oh
that's
yeah.
true,
You know I
yeah,
believe that. You know
yeah,
I believe that.
yeah. That's
You
what I'm
already
talking about.
know I
That's
believe
what I'm
that
talking
shit.
about.
It's one
Yeah.
of those fuck your
Feeling
feelings type of
feelings
things.
to get you fucked up.
Yeah. Fuck your feelings. Beyond your
Yeah.
feelings, did you get some substance out of what you
So I'm
heard?
hearing crickets on their end. They're not saying nothing. Hmm. So I guess y'all can disagree all you want, but y'all want to speak on y'all behalf. So hey, I guess we can keep on going. Y'all can sit there and pout. Oh, no, we got a comment. So Natasha says, I don't think a man can be a leader if you can't hear or listen to what a woman has to say. Say him a good leader. I guess okay, yeah, that right there kind of got me at the end. But I kind of get where you're going with that. Um,
I agree to
okay.
some extent.
When we say this, as far as a man being a leader, that does not mean that he doesn't have to console to his woman. Okay. When he makes a decision, that does not mean he doesn't have to include his woman in his decisions. We're not saying that. You know what I'm saying? He should include his woman in decisions because she needs to know. But the thing about it is, if she trusts that man to lead and she trusts that man knows what he's doing, she wouldn't have much to say. So he can be like, hey, babe, look, I came up with this idea. You know, I'm gonna do this and this, do this and this and the third. I'm gonna need you to do this and this and the third. That way, this and this and this will go on. Plain and simple. Now you know he's on his shit, and you know he does what he needs to do, and you trust that he knows what he's doing. You can sit back and be like, okay, I ain't got nothing. Because he might even ask you, do you have anything you want to add or change in it? You be like, no. If you ain't got nothing to add, you be like, no. I think it's foolproof. Let's do it. Because because she has full trust in you as a man that you know what you're doing. So when you come up with this idea, she's gonna roll with it because she knows you know what you're doing. Now, if it does falter, it falters. I mean, everything ain't gonna be perfect, of course. Everything not gonna always go as according to plan. But the fact that she trusts you to make decisions and carry those decisions out is, you know what I'm saying, is all it all needs to happen. Because she trusts you to lead. She trusts you to make those decisions. She wouldn't have to have, it wouldn't be no reason for her to say anything. She wouldn't have nothing to say. Now, she might add something to it if she feel like it can make it better. But if not, more likely she ain't gonna have much to say. It's not saying, oh, she just need to be quiet and listen to the man. No, that's not what we saying either. For the people, for the women that think I'm saying that. No. What I'm saying is, if you trust your man to lead, you wouldn't have nothing to say. There wouldn't be no reason for you to say anything because you know what he's doing. You know, you can trust that he knows exactly what he's doing. So there would be no reason for you to even have any input. You know what I'm saying? Not that saying that you don't have any input, you just wouldn't have a reason to. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know about that one, but I said, well, we got a couple comments. Chef Terry, I think on Facebook, that's Chef Terry. He says you definitely can't mute a woman's voice, and then he says relationships are about trust. You have to prove yourself trustworthy first. Yeah, so I was gonna say though, man, I think it's a little deeper than just saying like, oh, well, if you trust your man to lead, you won't have nothing to say. For one, I think a lot of these women they be thinking that they be coming from an aspect of they thinking that you gonna leave them out when it comes to if you buy a house, what color the bathroom gonna be type shit. Men don't give a fuck about that. That's you right there. That's we want you to handle that. You handle all of that. You know what I'm saying? So no, like yeah, you definitely do have a voice. You have a voice for sure for that type of shit and more. But it's just leadership is when it's I don't know, it's so many different variables that you can go into when you're talking about leadership. But I guess to make that shit plain is like when it's critical decisions that need to be made and your husband makes a decision and stands firm on it, don't argue with him about that shit. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Let him make that decision. That's what true leadership is. Like making all of the tough, making the tough decisions. And because the great Kobe Bryant said that in order to be a good leader, you're gonna be hated because you have to make the tough decisions. So that doesn't just refer to sports. That's in everyday life. You got to make tough decisions sometime as a husband where your kids gonna hate you, where your wife gonna hate you, and where does it go back to what we was talking about earlier? Conditions.
Yeah.
Conditions.
Yep.
Now that's a full 360.
I agree with the with the hard decision. I agree with the hard decisions. Like, as a leader, you definitely will be making hard decisions, and it's life. I mean, even when you being single, you got to make just being an adult. Period, you got to make hard decisions, but you gotta make these decisions through logics and realism, not through feelings, because your emotions will blind you from uh making good decisions. You know what I'm saying? Because you going by how you feel instead of what's real. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I just rhymed right there. But anyway, yeah, you going by how you feel instead of what's real. And you need to understand that, hey, any decisions you make, every decision has, consequences. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to figure out what consequences will come with these decisions. And does the success outweigh the consequences. If the success outweighs the consequences, then that's probably your best decision. But if the consequences outweigh the success, you might not want to make that decision because you basically just setting yourself up for failure.
So we got another comment. Chef Terry says, "My level of leadership is setting an example for things to become self-running and self-ruling." That's another that's a good trait in leadership. I wouldn't say it's a full-fledged thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a good trait. It's a piece of it. It's definitely something smart to have in your bag to hold on to, and try to pick up a hustle from being taught to hustle and being taught how to be self-ruling. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that, like getting it on your own. That's definitely a good. I would say that's more of a great leadership type characteristic trait, more so than just more so than it being a level of leadership. I would say it's a good characteristic trait to pass on because it's deeper than that when it comes to leadership, especially for a man. And you talk about ruling over a household. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than me just teaching you how to get money in your pocket and do things like be successful and stuff like that. That's what I be talking about a lot of the times. We waste so much stuff on just finances and all of these things in the world, but we don't weigh much into character or like substance. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a crucial part of leadership. I believe as a man, you gotta teach a good character, good substance.
Hmm.
But shit, man, it got late. I think it's about time for us to go ahead and sign up out of here.
We
Let's get some
appreciate
fun
everybody.
pop up.
We definitely appreciate everybody coming out.
Those who came through and show us some love and bless the chat.
Yep. You know what I'm saying? Keep supporting us. You know what I'm saying? Hey, tell everybody, tell your friends, your families, everybody about the Big Three Man Talk podcast because we coming. You know what I'm saying? We coming. You know what I'm saying? In the words of Deion Sanders, we coming. You know what I'm saying? So
discover your icky guy, my friend.
we definitely coming. And we definitely gonna, go as far as we take it. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate all the support that we are getting from everybody. We support, we try to support as many people as we can, and we appreciate all the support we getting. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And any other last words y'all got?
Well, just to make it clear again, discover your icky guy, and I will be bliss.
Swagging, alright, flashing, dragging, alright, bragging. Back then, alright, bag in, Mac 10,
Do it in the
Out
streets.
the wagon, I walked in, swagging, saucing, flashing, flossing, dragging, dogging, I ain't bragging, I been bossing. Back then they tried to offer, bag in when I park it, Mac 10 in my office. Bitch niggas, they got me started. Electric clips, but not hit your target. Eyes were missing like a milk carton. Niggas don't